Today's Tuesday, March 8th, 2016. We are in the second day out of our three, just a short week, of our last week of quarter three. This is PSL number 9. So let's get started. I need to erase that. So our first question asks us to find the volume and the surface area of a sphere with a radius of 6.5. So the first thing that we need to do is recall our formula for finding the volume. We'll do volume first, which is 4 times pi times radius to the third power, all of that then divided by 3. So this is the trickier of the two. And we're starting off our calculations with this measurement, which is a 6.5 meter measurement for our radius. So I'm going to do 6.5 to the third power, which means 6.5 times 6.5 times 6.5, which gives me a total of 274.625. So now on the top I've got a number 4 times pi times another number 274.625. I'm going to multiply the two of those together and start to simplify this down, which is 1098.5. And then I've kind of switched it up. We had that times pi on the top and then divided by 3 on the bottom. So the next thing that I'm going to simplify is going to be my 1098.5, divide that by 3. And that's still going to be times pi, so I'll leave the pi off to the side, which gives us 366.16 repeating, and we still have to multiply that by pi. So we're going to take that and put it into our calculator, and we're going to multiply times the pi button. And when I do that, I'm going to get a total of 1,150. Quiet, please. 0.34. And for rounding purposes, we want to look at our hundredths place, which is a 4. 4 is not larger than 5, so it's just going to remain 0.3. But because we're measuring volume, we're going to be in meters, and volume is always to the third power, so it's meters cubed. So there's the answer for the first half of number 1. The second half is going to be finding the surface area of this same sphere. So we need to pull up our formula for surface area. 4
pi. Wait, squared.
Very good. So it's 4 pi times radius squared. And our radius for this example, we're going to go ahead and use that same radius as before, which was 6.5 meters. So 6.5 squared means 6.5 times 6.5. And when we multiply that out, we get a total of 42.25. So this is times 42.25.
Boing, boing.
So just like before, we're going to take our number terms up here, and we are going to multiply those together. So 4 times 42.25, which is equal to 169, and we still have to multiply times pi. So now we're going to take 169, and we're going to multiply times our pi button, which gives us a big, hairy, ugly decimal answer of 530.92. So now for my rounding, I need to look in my hundredths place. 2 is not larger than 5, so we're just going to keep this as 0.9. And we're doing surface area, so we're still doing meters, but with surface area, it's just going to be squared. It's not going to be to the third power. So surface area is meters squared.
Squared?
Meters squared, yep. So moving on to number 2. We are going to perform a translation 3 units down.
What's that one?
Carter, stop.
What's that one, square?
So the first thing I want you to kind of notice is that when we're talking about 3 units down,
I'll help you.
you can help me, okay?
Okay.
3 units down is going to be on our y-axis. So our y is the one that goes up and down. And if we want to go down, it means that we want to go minus, so negative 3. And we're going to be subtracting 3 from our y values. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and graph these, like plot these points. So you'll notice I've got r at -4 -3.
What's happening, Blue?
Okay, our next point is at -4, 0. So I'm going to go to -4 and nowhere up or down. Point L, or coordinate L, is located at the origin, 0, 0. And then
come in.
and our last coordinate is at 0, so don't go left or right, comma, -3, so go down 3. So now I'm going to perform the translation of 3 units down, and this is where I'm going to take my -3 from each of my y coordinates. So my new r coordinate is going to be located at -4, -3 minus another 3 is -6. So when I come to plot this point, I'm going to go to -4 and then -6, which if you'll notice, it actually comes off of this coordinate plane that we have here. -4, -6 would be like way down here. Next for D, we're at -4, 0 minus 3, which is going to be a -3. So I'm going to go to -4 and then down -3. So this is actually going to overlap right here on my other image, on my first original image. L is located at 0, 0 minus 3 is -3. So we're going to go to 0, but down to 3, down 3. And again, this one's laying right on top of our original image. And then for F prime, we're going to be at 0, -3 minus another 3 is going to leave us at -6. So this one's going to be all the way down here off of our grid again. And then we're just going to connect those lines. So that is what our translation of 3 units down would look like. It would just move it down 3 spots. Okay, our last question, number 3, asks us to perform a reflection across the x-axis. So one of the most important things about these reflection questions is that you make sure you know which axis it is that you're reflecting across. So our image down here on the bottom is going to be reflected across the x-axis, not the y-axis. So what we want to do for each coordinate is we want to count basically like from the x, like original D is 3 below the axis. So the image of D is going to be 3 above the axis. And that's where our coordinate for our image of D is going to be located. So this is where D prime is. The next one is J. So here's J down here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 below the x-axis. So for the new one, we're going to go 5 above the x-axis, and that is going to be our new image of J, so J prime. And then finally, you're going to look at point R. Point R is 5 below the x-axis, so the new one's going to be 5 above. Our reflection is 5 above the x-axis, which is all the way up here. This is R prime. So to get your final image, all you'll have to do then is connect those 3 dots to make your triangle, which is going to be a reflection over the x-axis. And there it is. So you're finished with PSL today. Now you have a practice you need to work on. Make sure that you work on that and get it turned in.